Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name's Tiana and today I'm giving you guys my TBR for Believathon. Now if you don't know what Believathon is, it is a middle grade readathon throughout the whole month of November and it's hosted by Gavin from How to Train Your Gavin. I will of course have all of Gavin's links down below, including the announcement video to this latest Believathon, and the theme for Believathon 2021 is Escape from the Jungle. Before we dive into the TBR though, please do make sure to check that you are subscribed to my channel. I am currently hosting a giveaway on my Twitter page where 2 people can win books up to £10 off of their wish list. The only thing you need to do is go over to that tweet, retweet it and comment with proof that you are subscribed to my channel. So if you're not subscribed, you cannot be entered, so please make sure to do that. I'm so excited to be able to give back to you, and I will be hosting another giveaway once I hit my next subscriber goal, so definitely subscribe if you haven't already. And now without further ado, let's just dive into my TBR. So with me here I have all of the prompt cards for this round of Believathon. I think there are 30 in total, and the rules of this game are pretty simple. Shuffle the cards, no need to be afraid. Don't skip what you pick or there's a price to be paid. So essentially I need to shuffle all of these cards. I will personally be picking 5 cards from this pack, and I will then have to choose a book that corresponds to the prompt. I do have some middle grade books I would like to fit onto my November TBR, so hopefully these prompts will be kind to me. But if not, I do know that Scribd has a range of different middle grade books to choose from, so I can definitely hop onto that and have a browse too. All I'm going to do now is shuffle the prompts, and I am going to choose this one. So this is the first one that I've chosen, and let's just have a look at what that is together. Okay, so it says, Winds of Time, to cast you out, a relic will save you, there is no doubt. Read a book released before 2021. I really like this first prompt, you guys. I feel like this year I've been very bad at picking up new releases, and I've been trying to focus more on the books that have been on my shelves for quite a while. So for this prompt, I've decided to go with North Child by Edith Pateau. Now this book was first ever published in 2006, I believe. However, this newly printed edition came out in 2019. So it's definitely a book that's been around for a long time, and I'm so excited to finally be getting to it. So in this book we follow our main character Rose, and she is a very unusual child because she was born facing north. Now in this world there are old stories that say that any child born facing north will have to go on a dangerous journey. Somehow this comes true for Rose, and she ends up making a pact with a white bear, and she then travels on his back to a mysterious castle that holds a dark enchantment, a darker temptation, and the key to her true destiny. And on the back it says, a beautiful epic story of destiny, magic and love, North Child will take you on an unforgettable adventure. I cannot wait to get to this one, guys. It's a snowy adventure story which is definitely up my street, and even though it's a chunkier book, I definitely think I will be able to fly through it. Right, it's time to choose the second prompt, so once again I'm just going to shuffle these. I'm not going to look at them, and the one that I'm going to choose is this one. So again, I'll give you guys a quick look and then I will look at it myself. So for this one it says, a friend for life, though we really should split, it's time to dive in if time will permit. Read a TBR veteran. Right, for this one I have stretched the prompt a little bit, but I do have my reasoning behind it. So the book I've chosen for this is Hollowpock's The Hunt for Morrigan Crow. Now this is the 3rd book in the Nevermore series by Jessica Townsend, and I bought this book as soon as it came out, so I believe around this time last year, and I still have not picked it up. And even though a TBR vet for me is a book that's been on your shelf for a few years, I desperately want to get to this one, and what better month to read it than the month of middle grade. So as this is the 3rd book in a series, I can't tell you too much about this one in particular. However, in the 1st book, Nevermore, we follow a girl named Morrigan Crow, and in her town Morrigan is actually known as a cursed child, and she is destined to die on her 11th birthday. However, on the eve of her 11th birthday, she is swept away by a man called Jupiter North and taken to a magical place called Nevermore. Morrigan cannot believe her luck, especially when she's offered a chance to join the Wondrous Society, a place of mystery, magic and protection. But in order to get into this society, she must prove herself by completing some very dangerous tasks. So racing against time, Morrigan needs to somehow pass all of these trials before time gets away from her and the shadows catch up. And this is ultimately a very uplifting series about conquering your fears, overcoming the odds and finding your place in society as well. I loved the first 2 books. I gave them both 5 stars. I have been wanting to pick this up for the longest time, like I've said, and I'm so happy to finally be getting to it. This is a very beloved series. I know a lot of people love this 3rd book as well, and I'm just here for it, guys, so I cannot wait to dive in and see what's in store. Time to choose our 3rd book. So again, let me just shuffle these, and for this prompt I am going to have this one. Oh, okay, this one says, nothing at all can tear them apart. They're one and the same, their own counterpart. Read a book featuring a sibling relationship. For this prompt, I don't actually own a physical copy of the book that I want to read, so I am just going to turn to my phone and look on Scrib to see if it's hopefully on there. I'm pretty sure I've seen it on there before, so let me just check my saved section. Yep. It is. Oh, I'm so excited to get to this one as well. So the book that I've decided to go for this prompt is A Tangle of Spells by Michelle Harrison, which is the third book in the A Pinch of Magic series. Now, because I don't have the physical copy to show you, I will hold up the first book, which is A Pinch of Magic. And guys, just look how beautiful this cover is. Again, because I'm going to be reading the third book in a series, I will just tell you what the first book is about, because even though they don't necessarily have to be read in order, I think it is best if you do so. So I'd start here, then go for the second book, then the third one. So I think the best thing for me to do with this one is to just read you the back. So it says, 3 sisters trapped by an ancient curse. 3 magical objects with the power to change their fate. Will they be enough to break the curse, or will they lead the sisters even deeper into danger? I feel like that's all you need to know before diving in. I dove into this one without any real expectations and I ended up loving it. I did also listen to the audiobook for this one, so I would highly recommend going down that route if you can. Again, it's another amazing middle grade series, but this one focuses on sibling relationships and the strong bonds that there are between family members and friends. So if that sounds like your type of thing, I would highly recommend this one. I cannot wait to dive into the third one, even though I don't really know anything about it, and I'm sure to love it just as much as I love this one and the second book, A Sprinkle of Sorcery. It's time to find out prompt number 4, and for this one we are going with this prompt right here. When ink fills pen and pen fills page, the images will last an age. Read a book that has illustrations. Right, not gonna lie to you guys, I did have to scan through a few books to find a book that would fit this prompt, but I've come across the perfect one. It's a book that I've been excited about for a while now, and it was also a gift from my lovely friend Emily over at Emily Kathleen Reads. The book that I've decided to go for this one is The Creakers by Tom Fletcher. Now, I've never read a book by Tom Fletcher before, but I have read a few from his sister Carrie Hope Fletcher, whom I love, and I do really want to read Giovanna Fletcher's works as well, even though they're not really my typical type of books. I just love that family in general and really do want to support them, and I've heard nothing but the best things about this book from Emily, who gifted it to me, and also Rachel from Rachel Kerris. She loves Tom Fletcher's books, and so that's made me all the more excited to pick one up. So I am just going to flip through and show you some of the illustrations. Hopefully they don't spoil anything, but here is a little example for you. It's beautiful as well, actually, so I'm very excited to dive in and look at all the different illustrations throughout. There are a lot of them. As I'm just flicking through, I can see loads. Because I don't know anything about this book, I will just read you the synopsis. It says, are you ready for an adventure? You are? Good. Imagine if one day you woke up and all the grown-ups had vanished. That's what happens to Lucy Dunstan. She's the hero of this story, but she doesn't know it yet. While the rest of the children in Lucy's town are running wild, she's coming up with a plan to find out what's going on. Then, late one night, Lucy spots 4 mysterious creatures creeping around her bedroom. Grunt, guff, scratch and sniff. They are the Creakers and they know exactly what's going on. Welcome to the mysterious world under your bed. Okay, after reading that, I'm even more intrigued. Again, cannot wait to dive into this book. I've heard so many good things about this one and Tom Fletcher's books in general, and I just think I'm gonna have a really good time reading this. And we've finally made it to the last prompt, you guys. So once again, I'm gonna give these a good shuffle. I promise I'm shuffling these as best as I can. I didn't quite realise how difficult it would be to shuffle bits of paper, but here we are. And for this one, I'm going to go for... oh, it's upside down. This one. This is a really fitting one to end it with, actually. It says, what a ball that we're all having. Who's behind it all? How to Train Your Gavin. Read a How to Train Your Gavin recommendation. I cannot believe how perfect this prompt is to close off this TBR, but if any of you who are watching are familiar with Gavin and his channel and his recommendations, as I'm sure you probably are, you will definitely have 1 or 2 books that popped into your head when this prompt came up. I said this last year for my TBR and I'm gonna say it again this year. How could I not choose Frostheart Escape from Aurora for this prompt? I want to say this is Gavin's favourite middle grade series. It's where I first heard about it. I'd probably bet it's where a lot of you first heard about it as well. And for this one, it's the same case as Hollowpox, where I bought it as soon as it came out last year with the intention of picking it up, and for some reason I just didn't, and so I'm making a point to put it on my TBR this month, and I am going to sit down and dedicate some time to reading it because I loved the first book, you guys. It's such an amazing and wholesome book that I think everyone should read, and again, as soon as I see this book or hear about it, it instantly reminds me of Gavin. So yeah, I think it's just the perfect book for this prompt, and even though you probably know what Frostheart is about by now, I will just quickly give you a little synopsis. Of course, not for this book as it is the second book in a trilogy and I don't want to spoil you for anything, but in the first book we follow a boy named Ash who is desperately waiting for his missing parents to return to him. So in this world we have different strongholds because it's made completely out of snow and ice. Ash lives out in the coldest part of the monster-infested snow sea with only his grumpy Yeti guardian for company. But one day an accident does reveal that Ash has magical powers, and because of this he's whisked aboard the Frostheart, which is an explorer sleigh with a daring crew who are in desperate need of his help. So it's all about Ash trying to master his powers to help his friends and ultimately save his family. Not gonna lie to you, I haven't really looked into the synopsis for the second book. I think it's one that I'm just going to dive into without really knowing anything, and that way I just know I'm going to be very pleasantly surprised. And there we have it. These are the 4 books that I'm going to be reading for Believathon, as well as Tangle of Spells, which I'm going to be listening to the audiobook for, and I cannot tell you guys how excited I am to complete these books. I've been putting off most of these for the longest time, so I cannot wait to dedicate November to reading these and to hopefully complete Believathon. Please do let me know down in the comments if you're also taking part in Believathon, and if you are and have made a TBR for it, please leave it linked there as well. Also, if you've made it this far into the video, please leave me some jungle emojis down below as well. It truly does make my day when you guys comment the emoji of the video, and it blows me away that you do watch my content all the way through as well. So if you want to let me know that you're here, please don't forget to do that. Whilst you're down there, don't forget to click the like button if you like this video, and the subscribe button if you'd like to see more content from me. Thank you guys so much for watching, it truly does mean the world to me, and I will see you soon in my next video. Goodbye!